Yo, what is up, everybody? I got 20 minutes worth of record time, so we can make a little short video. So what's up, everybody? My name is Fatherhood the Rapper. I got a podcast called Running on Mushrooms that is about to start airing here in the next couple of weeks. I'm a hip-hop artist from Colorado. I have a love for wellness, self-sufficiency, basically just life. I'm just a life-living kind of guy. So I had this new segment that I wanted to start doing, and that's what we're doing right now. So this segment is called the Philosophers Stoned, and basically what I do is I get a little bit high and I talk to you guys about some shit. So today I ate a little bit of mushrooms, I went and did some jujitsu, and now I'm gonna talk to you guys. So honestly, dude, today what I'd like to talk about, everything that I want to talk about is spurred organically. I'm not really thinking ahead as far as this shit goes, but what I want to talk about is community, right? And how we've been tricked into thinking that this like lone wolf shit is going to make us successful, right? It's kind of funny, man, because when you think of lone wolf, most people think of like terrorism, right? They're like, oh, lone wolf terrorist, right? And actually that's a really good example, right? So the lone wolf mentality, let's look at terrorist events. This is so funny. This is like taking a turn for the worse right out the gate. So we look at terrorist events, right? We have lone wolf attacks, right? Which usually have a low number of casualties. If you're a terrorist, I'm assuming your goal is to incite the most terror and, cause the most harm. But you have a low number, like lone wolf killers get like, what, 20 people? Right? What teamwork does, man. Look at fucking Al-Qaeda. Man, this could turn into a good comedy, but I do a little bit of stand-up comedy too. What terrorists who are connected and have community can cause is fucking havoc, right? Like a good system can cause bad things, right? When it comes to terrorism. Lone wolf, small kills. Group coordinated effort, 9/11. Boom. That's actually a great way to put that. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the lone wolf mentality, right? Is we got the Kobes, we got the Jordans, the Gretzkys, we got all of these guys that we look up to in history. Sorry, women, you guys don't have anyone like that. You got Amelia Earhart, the chick who crashed the plane into the ocean. But no, we have all these people that were considered to be like the great ones, like Gretzky, right? But ultimately, what we fail to acknowledge is that none of those people could have been as successful as they were without the support systems and the teams in place that got them to that point. Without those teams, dude, they were nothing, right? So it brings me to my conversation point and my like topic for the day, and that is community. So community is without a doubt humanity's greatest potential realized, or the greatest opportunity to realize our potential is through community. If you look at every great political movement, every great revolution, every great conceptual revolution and literal revolution, they all come down to community, our ability to connect with others, share ideas with others, and be self-sufficient in like these microcosmic units, these communities, right? And so I came to realize this during the pandemic. You had a lot of people who were tripping. You had a lot of people who were just Amazoning shit to their house and didn't actually go out into the world. They were terrified. They masked up. They hid from the world. And it was detrimental to their health. A lot of people committed suicide. Last year was the highest number of recorded suicides in U.S. history since we've been recording. So that's pretty significant, right? And the reason being is because we are communal creatures. We're very much tribal animals. We're very much pack animals in terms of like our ability to communicate and connect with others. So first and foremost is this idea of the lone wolf. That's a fallacy. We need to put that away. Secondly is when it comes down to it, community can drive an idea, a project, a movement more quickly than an individual can. And so what we are doing in chasing the individual, the ego is kind of like being inflated there, and we're chasing something that can't be realized. It's only when you like accept the fact that you can't do something alone that you create the team that'll help you take shit to the next level, whatever it is you want to do. So I caveat into something else. Sorry, like I said, I ate some mushrooms this morning, went and did some jujitsu. My elbow's hurting like a motherfucker. I'm fucking got my ass kicked this morning, but jiu-jitsu is kind of what spurred this idea. So I was doing jiu-jitsu leading up to the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, the jiu-jitsu club that I was a member of ended up shutting down. And when it shut down, dude, it shut down, the gym shut down. So a couple of the things right off the bat that I use for my sanity, which is the steam room, weightlifting, and jiu-jitsu, immediately were gone. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, that's crazy. These things that are important for my health, my physical health and vitality, and also my mental health, were just completely ripped away from me. And one day I was standing in line at Starbucks, and I'd actually just read a book called Breathe by Hicks and Gracie. It's a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. If you're not familiar with the Gracie family, or if you're not familiar with jiu-jitsu, look into them. They're an incredible family, an example of how you can create a community starting with your family. So just absolutely incredible. But anyway, so I read this book. I finished it. I closed the last page. I go, I need to start doing jiu-jitsu again. Like, I need to find somewhere to do this. Like, man, this is so important. This is a spiritual thing for me. And I know, I'm sure there's some people in here who are like, oh, fucking dummy. But that's okay. So I read this book. I go into Starbucks, and I'm with my daughter. She was a year and a half old at the time. And she walks up to this guy, like, just randomly goes to the front of the fucking line and starts pulling on this guy's shirt. And pulling it, and he turns around, he smiles at it, he's like, hi, sweetheart. And it was a professor of mine. So in jiu-jitsu, what we call the black belt, who is usually like the head of wherever you're training, we call them the professor. So the professor is a guy I trained with years ago. Really great dude. He's a third-degree black belt who I absolutely look up to. Guy's a fucking machine. And he essentially got me into jiu-jitsu. You know, he was very helpful going through like several phases of my life. And he's standing there. I'm like, dude, this is so weird. I was just thinking to myself how I need to get into jiu-jitsu again. And he goes, well, you know, what's stopping you from getting back into jiu-jitsu? And I was like, honestly, dude, all of the gyms are shut down, and the only ones that are open only have mat time in the evenings. And I got kids, man. I can't fucking go do jiu-jitsu at 7 p.m. Like, it's just not in my makeup. I need to do early mornings in order to be able to do jiu-jitsu. And Ethan told me, he's like, oh, dude, we started a jiu-jitsu club. It's just a bunch of upper belts who are training together. We're training 4 days a week, and we're training at 6:30 in the morning. I was like, oh, dude, that's amazing. He's like, you want to train with us? I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, here's the other thing, man, is I can't afford $250 a month to train. How much do you guys charge? He goes, oh, it's free. We just meet up. We've got a donor who donates. We've got mats in their barn. And, yeah, why don't you come train with us? And I show up, dude, and, like, you'd think barn mats, like, this is going to be, like, you know, kind of maybe a little bit on the underdeveloped side. Now, bro, I roll up to this fucking mansion with a beautiful fucking barn that we do jiu-jitsu in, all the nice mats, like a proper training facility, showers, all that stuff. Like, the place is fucking immaculate. And over the course of the last 2 years, man, I've made some of the most amazing friends and connections. These people are very well connected in my city, in my community. These people are all staples. You know, I own a small business. These guys have helped me grow my business. They've been customers of mine. I've been customers of theirs. We have connected, and so the government shut everything down, and we were still able to come together for a common goal, right? We still, even with mandates and restrictions, we were able to bypass these rules by coming together as a community and doing something that wasn't for the sake of making money, that wasn't a commercial enterprise, but just a club, a group of people getting together, right? And so in doing that, it just makes me think, I believe that we all can do that to some degree, whatever we're looking for. You know, I have friends who I exchange mushrooms with. I have friends who I exchange cannabis with. I have friends who, you know, I don't have it anymore, but I have friends who used to make liquor. I'm not really a drinker. Friends who used to make liquor, friends who used to make wine, mead, friends who grow vegetables. You know, if you can find all of those things and you can barter with these people and you can offer something in exchange, dude, that is the way to go. And a lot of people have been trained again to be like, oh no, that's communism. Fuck yeah, it's communism, bro. Like, this idea that China is communist is laughable. Are there billionaires in China? Yes. Well, then it's not communist. Okay, what we're looking at in the world that we call communism is actually just socialism, authoritarian socialism. It's not communism. Like, true communism comes down. I wouldn't call it communism too, because the connotation. What I like to look at it is like a level of anarchy, right? Is like, fuck the FDA, fuck the DEA, fuck all of these like government entities that are trying to get their hands in our pockets. Let's just, you and I, communicate. I've got something for you, you've got something for me. Let's connect. That's what's going to help people survive. The rumor has it there's another shutdown coming, another lockdown, and when that comes, your best bet at survival is community. Your best bet at survival in life is community. Your best bet at success in business, your best bet is to create relationships, meaningful relationships, and a community. If you just spent the next 10 years working on your relationships and the community that you're a part of, you'd be 100 times more successful than if you just pursue money, or if you just pursue athletics and you just put your head down and don't talk to people. So that's my the Philosophers Stoned for the day. This is episode 2. I didn't shoot the other one in this wide pan, so it's a little fucked up. So I don't know if I'll release it. This might be episode 1 or 2. I'm not sure. This is Philosophers Stoned. My name's Fatherhood the Rapper. The podcast Running on Mushrooms is dropping next week. Yeah, I'm on social media, all that. Let's connect, man. Community's the only way. Let me be a part of your community. You can be a part of mine. We don't have to necessarily be face-to-face for us to be able to get value from one another and give value to one another. So let's make it happen, man. Much love. Peace, guys.